with an all-night rain and an all-day rain yesterday. The Chucky River is just raging. Cool. Yeah, this is the ticket. This is so much better than hiking in rain all day at 45 degrees. It didn't let up from the time I started until the time I got down to Uncle Johnny's hostel. I was drenched. Even with all my rain gear on, I think a little bit of sweating, but I couldn't have sweated that much where I was soaked time I reached Uncle Johnny's hostels. I had to throw things in the dryer just to get warm and to dry them out from being soaked. But had a good night there at the Super 8 motel. They were full. Uncle Johnny's was full, but I could dry my clothes, have a little snack. Went to town and got dropped off at at Super 8. Dried everything out from being wet with rain. It wasn't the rain that got into my backpack, it was the rain splattering around me. My hammock and that was dry and everything, but it was still all wet, very damp from the thick fog that rolled in after it stopped raining in the morning for about an hour and a half. That's when I packed up all my gear and took off for Uncle Johnny's, right outside the town of Erwin, Tennessee. Now I'm gonna do probably 8 or 10 miles. It's a late start. It's almost noon. The other guy decided to take a zero today. He was kind of sore and still shivering from yesterday's rain. And I'll hopefully find a good campsite for tonight. And the rest of the week is supposed to be warmer, 70s, almost 80s on some days, and dry, sunny. I'm so tired of walking in rain every other day since getting out of the Smokies. So this is a welcome relief. So we'll see what we can find ahead of us. Now, this would have been a hairy place to come down or go up in the hard rains that we had for the last day and night. You can see the blaze mark up there. But this would have been really fun in the rain. And here we have a ton of tent sites, unlimited amount of hangs for a hammock. But the campsites are awesome here. 200 feet from the top of this mountain that we're climbing. Stopped here for a quick lunch, but this place is awesome. The trail's up through there, and you have somewhat of a view, but be a cool place to stay.
Fun.
Cool. A baby red newt. Yay. Ain't he cute? Another baby orange newt. He's a cutie. This little guy. The second newt I found this morning. So cool. Open them back and we'll continue on our way. That is the second newt. Cool. Today's Wednesday the 31st, and on my way to Rowan Mountain. Camped at Iron Mountain on top of the mountain. Nice little campsite. Well, probably room for 3, 4, maybe 5 tents. There was a couple of good places for hangs. So I had a nice hang. And slept like a baby. Only got up once, and that was just to take a leak and close the doors on my tarp because it was just whistling in. But then it died shortly afterwards, and there was even a camper, a hiker, who was scoping out our area for a tent, and I slept through it. I didn't hear him. The other guy I was with, Swiper, he heard him. He said his light was going all over the place, and we're rummaging around to see if he could find a campsite. Got disgusted and finally left and probably headed north to see if he can find another campsite. There was another one. There was a couple of them that were unofficial, and there was an official campsite 2 more miles ahead. But yeah, on my way to Rowan Mountain. The trail's been fairly good. I got a big climb today, 6,000 feet. There's a shelter on top of it. It's the highest shelter on the Appalachian Trail. So, I'm on my way to get over that and find a good shelter or a campsite near water and spend another night out here. I have to go for a resupply here Friday, so I'll go into town and stay at a hostel. I got a load of laundry to do. I could do with a shower and maybe visit a restaurant or two and eat some really fattening food. I need to put on more fat and take in more fat and carbs. especially after climbing these high mountains. They drain you. But yeah. Oh, and I seen 3 newts yesterday. 3 baby newts. Took pictures of them. They'll be in the video. They're just cute as buttons. Orange newts. So I'll see you up the trail. See if I can find any interesting or fascinating photo ops. Here's a beautiful view. You can see the towns, farms, and all the hills and mountains. This is really awesome. Yep, this is on top of a little rock knob vista. And this is the view you get when you reach the summit. Pretty cool. Did a big climb today back into the alpine forest. 6,000, I think it was 6,200 some feet. And now I'm descending. And possibly going to, I know I'm going to a tent site, but if I can get closer to my ultimate goal, the hostel I'm staying at, I might push onto the shelter. But had fun going up to the shelter, the highest shelter on the Appalachian. And it would sleep a truckload of people. I mean, you can possibly get 14, 16 people in there, I believe. Might be more. I have to check the Far Out app. It'll tell me how many approximately it can sleep. The weather was good. It just sprinkled a little bit today. I think that was due to the high altitude I was cruising at and climbing to. But the trail's getting better now, so I can cruise faster. And I met up with the family that I walked with from Georgia into North Carolina. It was nice to catch up on where they've been and stuff. They're going to the Smokies next. I think they're hiking they're hiking southbound to hot springs, and I got trail magic from them too. And right before I got to the highest shelter, there was beer trail magic. So I took one beer, drank half of it, but I poured the other half into the fire pit. I didn't want to be wasted trying to walk this trail. It's treacherous enough, sober in some parts. So, on my way out of the alpine forest, down to a shelter or a tent site. And that's the mountain I come down off of, across the road, and heading up a little hill. A couple more miles to the tent site or shelter. And come off the trail there, and look at this beautiful campsite. There's enough for a good 3 tents, maybe 4. Up there.
In fact,
and there's my hang between those 2 trees, right where my bag is sitting.
Beautiful lookout points from the tops of mountains, but